Everybody this morning, and yeah, I'm just waiting on a call from Kumar in Pakistan to see about going over and helping there. In the last couple of years, in following with the SCI traditions, I've travelled over to, I was in Ukraine in 2017, I think it was. I travelled from Palestine to Ukraine with SCI and did a project there in Kharkiv, which is one of the centres of attention at the moment. And the problems we're beginning to build there, the Russians have been on the border for quite a while. And these things had happened mainly because there'd been a lot of pressure from NATO for this full spectrum global domination, which the Americans seem to have in mind for the rest of the world. And we're experiencing problems in the UK because the Americans wish to asset strip the UK, and this is causing problems at home with price increases and things like this. But bearing in mind, it's always wise to keep an eye on, as we are international volunteers, and we do tend to have quite a good eye through developments of government mischief, that we try to offset this during our process of work as NGO workers, and SCI being one of the oldest in the scene, that we come together to make smooth operations within our particular countries and groups. And this is probably the crux of the whole thing with SCI, is that because we're not government affiliated, we can come together as people, ordinary people, putting out the capitalists, the people who are extorting people throughout the world, and come together to work towards the philanthropy of ordinary working people and the management systems. So that's where I was in Ukraine. We put together a little project working with refugees. People from different communities came together, both east and west, all with different global perspectives, but all working towards one goal, which was to aid people escaping from Donetsk and other regions which were under pressure and under fire from both sides. And then, so moving on from the Ukraine, which is still very much a hot spot, we've got other events happening within the world, and I can see from the last speaker, the effect of climate change is always on the forefront of people's minds. So it seems to take precedence because we can't live without the planet, that we need also to move forward. I worked with IVS, International Volunteer Services in Great Britain, on tree planting projects earlier in the decade. And so we're always in mind to keep things moving on and to ensure that the earth itself breathes. And so it seems a double-edged sword again, that we're having to deal with people who wish to extort the planet for their own means, whether they're Americans or Russians, or whoever's trying to drag India into whichever side they wanted to go on. What I understand the position of India, and it is an excellent position to take, is not to take either from the Russians or the West, because neither of them are going to offer India anything of any great worth. India has to stand its own 2 feet, and because it has resources, it will have to deal with that. But as we say, it's like maybe the NGOs in India would have to contemplate working with climate events, because that seems to be the thing that's taking precedence over all things for ordinary people. So that's where it seems to be for me, for the group, as I can see, but I'm only an individual working within the group. But it's been a phenomenal experience over the last 20 years, working throughout the world, going to Bangladesh, going to Japan after the tsunami and the nuclear reactor explosion. All these things are on our mind. The planet's becoming more and more populated. We have to look at education. We have to look at various ways to offset where the government is falling short. And it really is our job as an NGO, and we will become more and more prevalent in the future because people will become to mistrust governments, and so it will be left to us. So we really have to sort of stand up to the job at hand and really begin to put things out with even more vigor and more enjoyment, I suppose, in some respects. And it was a great joy. That's the whole thing. So sorry to ramble on and to carry on the way that I am, but I feel passionate about the whole thing, and that's where I am with SCI. So thanks very much for listening this morning, and it's great to see you all around and about. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter.